Hi dear friends, welcome back for our English classes. Glimpses of India, chapter number 7. We saw Baker from Goa, then we saw Coorg, why it is known and famous. The third part was Assam, okay, cup of tea or tea from Assam. Now my dear friends, all these things talk about incredible India. India is not only a democratic nation but also rich with natural resources. And I think all of you will agree with this very statement. The poem by Adrian Rich, The Trees, when you just listen to or read this title, this will come to your mind. Are we incomplete without trees? Now for us, it's not just trees, but it's nature. The forest, the pure air that we breathe in, the oxygen that we take in. My dear friends, this particular poem by Adrian Rich, who has brought out a beautiful conflict. Now, conflict can never be beautiful, but it's a kind of message given. It's a kind of eye opener, and therefore, Adrian Rich is trying to bring a conflict between man and nature. Now what is that? Let us study the central idea of this poem. If you just read these two questions, can there be forest without trees? No. We cannot call them forest if they have no trees. Perhaps they become deserts. Right? The second question. Where are the trees in this poem? Where are the trees? Are we still to plant? Are they existing? Where? Okay, and where do they go? You see, sometimes trees disappear and we are the cause for the damage. So perhaps looking from that perspective, Adrian Rich wants us to become aware of how the nature is helping us and how we should be stewards of nature, not the people, not the master of the nature. And therefore, it is a kind of call for us all to take care of Mother the Earth. Now let us understand. With the growth and development of the society, human beings have used nature for their own benefits. Haven't we? Yes, my dear friends. Just take for an example, you want to put a track for the rain, you want to have fine roads. What do? We cut, we massacre, we damage plenty of natural resources, and in that, the largest damage it is done to the nature when we cut the trees off. Own benefit and caused a lot of harm to it. Yes, we have caused a lot of harm to it. In order to use natural resources like forest, minerals and etc. As I already said that India is, I would say, a cradle for natural resources. Plenty of things that we get in. Men have forgotten the importance of nature. The poet wants to give the message that the presence of few trees inside our house. You see, sometimes we are very happy. I want to have my mini garden, mini kitchen garden, and I take care of a lot of trees in my house, and we have plenty of new bushes created in the houses. But when you really need to stand up in order to protect the mother of the earth, we do not play any role into that. Yes, my dear friends, and that's what the poet is telling us. The poet wants us to give a message. Presence of few trees inside our homes does not become equal to the nature. You see, because nature requires a sort of balance. You just cultivate, you just have few pots in your house, they They are not just enough. It is a very false idea of nature. You see, sometimes I am a nature lover and therefore I want to keep a lot of plants at home. No. Real nature is outside. I will take you for a nature tour just when we explain the stanzas. In the forest that we have destroyed. You see, I will show you, my dear friends, how we are incomplete without trees. That too, when in this summer, scorching heat outside, we are all looking for good shade of trees. Now we are the culprits. We are the people who have destroyed this very gift given by God. The trees in the speaker's house want to break the walls of the house and move to the forest. So this, you see, where are the trees here? The trees that we have is a small petty garden created by the poet or by that particular speaker. And they want to get out, they want to flourish, they want to grow in outside. Outside with the nature, one with the nature. And move to the forest which has become empty. Just imagine, forest is cut off, forest is devastated, and there are few countable pots lying in author's house. The birds can sit again on the branches, the insect can hide there, and sun rays can disappear under the shadow of trees. Now because there are trees, you see, we have thick, dense forest. They give shelter to lot of animals, birds, insects. Now, they all help us to, grow. But what have we done? We have just simply destroyed the trees. The poem tells us how the trees want to break free from the walls, and humans have put around them and go out to the forest. You see, trees, we all talk, save trees, save Mother Earth, save nature. But what have we done? We have only created our small petty gardens. Now, my dear friends, we will go amidst the nature, and you just take a feel of that when we have nature, we will understand the stanza and how author wants us to become aware of that it is not simply enough to grow trees at home, but let us plant and rebuild the forests whom we have destroyed. Did you understand, my dear friends? Yes. Dear friends, this is the condition that the author wants to explain to us. We are very much fond of keeping pots, trees inside our house. This is just like our first stanza. The trees inside are moving out into the forest. The forest that was empty all those days, where no bird could sit. Just imagine, see this, dry pots, and we sometimes call that we are the lover of nature. No bird could sit, no insect hide, no sun bury its feet and shadow. The forest that was empty all these nights will be full of trees by morning. If we have made this condition, it is better that we take note of, and we want to have these tree plantations outside. Yes, my dear friends, this is what the author is trying to explain to us. Hi dear friends, you see, the first stanza talks about how we have planted trees at home into the small pots, but the speaker of the poem observes that the trees in the house are moving outside, that you can see, into the forest which has been empty for a long time. You can just take the look how the scorching heat around us, and that time how are we in need of the beautiful shadow of the tree. Yes, my dear friends, and therefore since the forests outside are empty, no birds could sit on that, no insects are able to hide. And if you have this sort of dense forest, my dear friends, the birds can take shelter, the insects can hide themselves, and at the same time, Mother the Earth can provide us with better minerals and natural resources. Dear students, do you see these twigs? Yes, they are pushing hard to grow themselves. In this second stanza, the author wants to make us aware that you see, in night or at night, the trees silently grow and they want to pressurize. We have seen the cracks into the walls, and through that they want to come out, spreading their branches, spreading their roots, and especially their new upcoming shoots, they become very much fresh. But at the same time, the author, when looks at that particular plant, he feels very much upset when he has got the trunk. The trunks have become a bit weak because they have given all the pressure to those newly upcoming branches. They look like old patients. Just imagine, my dear friends, if there are new branches coming up, the shoot sometime may not get anything. The main branch, the main trunk is dry. We may see that it is getting dried up. So that is what they are trying their level best, that they want to just come out of their houses through veranda, through the tile gap, and all sort of things. Just they want to flourish and get out of from their boundaries so that they can be located into the great forest outside, and the purpose of the author can be fulfilled. Dear friends, in the third stanza, the author is sitting at the veranda and writing letters, perhaps writing about what the trees can make us feel. Now we just have a feel. Perhaps you must be wondering, Sir is amidst the nature and making us experience the nature itself. Yes, my dear friends, the poet as well wants us to become aware of that truth. But at the same time, poet is not able to feel what the nature is trying to say. Hardly poet has mentioned anything. But at night, when there is full moon, the poet feels the soothing smell and fragrance from the trees coming, from the forest coming, and giving a sound, giving a voice that they want to be uprooted from there and want to be planted into the forests which have become empty. The speaker listens to the sound. You see, my dear friends, as I already told, the poet is seated there and wants to experience that soothing voice coming from the lynches, the leaves of the trees. These sounds will not be there in the morning, as the trees will move out to the forest. Now that is all imagination of the poet. That night they are struggling. It's like a night before the war. And towards the dusk, we will come to know that who is going to win. And in the morning, when the dawn comes, there is either do or die. So the trees will be uprooted from the house and will be planted into the forest. These sounds will not be there in the morning, as the trees will move out to the forest in the night and will not be there in the house by morning. Now the speaker can hear the glass breaking due to the efforts of the twins. Now just imagine, this is author just sitting there, and because the author has got glass window, and therefore as the new branches are coming up, he listens to the the glass is breaking apart. As the glass breaks, the trees hurry outside, and doing so, they fall on each other, get struck at different places. Now just imagine, it's like a computerized game where trees, small petty trees, they just want to fight and get themselves planted into the forest. So they have a kind of traffic created by the trees. As the trees go in an open, it seems like the wind is moving fast towards them to meet them. You can now feel the presence, my dear friends. Yes, the breeze all around us is waiting to meet. That is the expression from the tree's point of view. The tail trees can finally stand straight as they are free. Tail because they were just with the support of the other trees. Now just imagine this fresh breeze coming up, my dear friends. This is what the trees that we can feel. They are so tall that they have broken the moon into pieces. Why? Because now this tree that becomes an obstacle when the moonlight has been focused to the ground. Again, the use of moon is an imagery to show that between the ground and the sky stands the tree. You see, this is the ground and this is the sky. And what stands in between are these trees around us. And that one can only look the parts of the moon and not the full moon, because perhaps this is trying to hinder, this is trying to become an obstacle. Now this obstacle is not the negative one, but it's the positive one from under the trees. So that is what, my dear friends, the trees. Now in this particular poem, the author wants the poet Andrén Rich. She is very much aware of what the need of the trees today that we have. Let them be planted into an open ground, not to be captured just into the houses. Thank you, my dear friends. Thank you very much.